Hey, welcome to the Huntsville Hustle podcast. Hey, we're brand new, and we had to bring in a secret weapon on this one. So this podcast is going to celebrate stories of grit, growth, and greatness in Huntsville's business scene. And my guest today, she's an entrepreneur. She's an experienced curator. She's a hidden gem expert. She is the one, the only, Jenny Askins. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, absolutely. So when we were kind of asking about who should be the first guest, people kept saying you. So here you are. And if you've never heard of Jenny, well, buckle up because you need to know. So first of all, let's tell us what your business is and how you tell people what it is so they remember what you do.
Yeah, my business is Touronimo Destination Management Group. It's pronounced like Geronimo, only tour, T-O-U-R. Sometimes people will say Touronimo or some different versions. No, it's Touronimo. It's very simple. And we like to say we're the ones that make Huntsville memorable when visitors and guests come to Huntsville.
Oh, so you've got it down to a science now, right? That's an experience tagline right there.
That's what they teach you in business starter upper school.
There you go. Well, that's it.
An elevator pitch.
That's it. So why did you start a business? So you were doing some other things. Why did you start your own business?
Well, that's a great question. Why did I start my own business? Well, I really had taken a little break from some of the other things that I had been doing, and I thought I work really hard, and if I'm going to work really hard, maybe should do something that's my passion or something I really enjoy or something I love. And so I started kind of thinking about my experiences and what I had done and what I enjoyed the most. And what I enjoy the most is sharing our community and Huntsville with people that come to town or people that are new. And so I thought, how do you make a business out of that? Which I'm sure a lot of entrepreneurs are the same way. I like to eat cake. How do I make that a business? Well, you can figure out just about anything. So anyway, came up with Touronimo. It was started as a tours by locals type business, an online marketplace platform for locals to share tours and exclusive experiences. And from there, it grew into a full service destination management company.
Wow. And Huntsville's growing, having so many visitors right now. I imagine your business is skyrocketing at the moment. So let me ask you this, who is a good fit for what you do?
I will tell you that our sweet spot is in the 500 to 1,500 person range. That's actually my favorite type of group. Those are like conferences, symposiums, summits, leadership groups that are coming to Huntsville. Need some boots on the ground locals to show them around, to help them with venue selection, with restaurant selection, transportation, all the little things that you might not know when you visit a city. But I also really enjoy the smaller groups, 20 to 40, where I can really be more hands-on in kind of meeting them and greeting them and making them feel special, making them feel like they have a friend in Huntsville that they could text or call at another time for any kind of other information. So somebody they can think, I have a friend in Huntsville, I can come back there, I know who to call.
She knows where both Drake exits are. She can take you there. She'll get you through both Drake exits. She can do that for you. So, I mean, not everyone knows. Yeah, not everyone knows how to do that. So, what makes Huntsville so special for your business?
Oh, well, I tell you, it's growing so fast. And if you think about if you were going to a conference or a meeting outside of Huntsville or outside of Alabama, and when you get there, there's always someone there that has coordinated your visit for a conference or a meeting. And so with the growth of Huntsville, with the people that are moving here, recruiting for Huntsville, wanting to bring their conferences here, even though some people want to go to Atlanta or Miami or somewhere like that. And then other people want a smaller area, a smaller city to visit. And so with all those people coming in, we needed a destination management company to be here to answer that call, to be the ones to help organize these groups. So they're not looking on Yelp and reading reviews and trying to figure out what's what. Sometimes I look on those sites and some of those places have closed. They've been closed, So even if you looked up tours on some of these services, they haven't been around for 5-10 years. So it's not always current. It's not always updated. You need somebody you can call and trust to help you out.
There's nothing like done for you where I can just turn it over to someone else who's an expert and I don't have to worry about it. Man, if you're a business owner, that is so, so valuable. You don't have time to do that, to be on Yelp. Are you crazy? Get off
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, and that's a lot of our people. They are HR workers, they are the admins, they're executive assistants, they're chief of staffs from out of state that have been charged with planning the trip to Huntsville. And so they're like, don't even know where to start. So sometimes it will be they find us online as a destination management company. A lot of times it will come from the hotel that they decide to book rooms with. And they will say, we need help with all these things. And the hotel will say, Touronimo is our destination management company, call them. And then that's where we get most of our business referrals are from the hotels and from the CVB.
Very cool. Can you take us through your training regimen that allowed you to have the beer stein hoisting championship?
Let me tell you, I was super excited about that. As soon as that popped up on Facebook, I was like, this is the moment that I've been waiting for. So yeah, I was not going to miss that. Put it on my calendar, super excited, invited friends to watch and participate. Got there, followed the cart with all the beers on it and stuff, and then realized they only have so many, so I got to get in. I get up there, I'm doing the deed. I'm so excited. Yes, I work out a little bit. I'm not a professional, but one day, this is what I didn't count on. I got fingernails. That is the weakness. But I will know next year. But if you're going to hold it, like that goes into your hand. I was still the last female standing, so that counts. But I know I could have beaten more of those men if I hadn't had my fingernails. I just didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know.
And next year, it's on. Right? The
And
nails are
so
coming down,
these will be gone.
going up.
Hardcore, all in. They will see me coming. I can't wait.
That's super impressive. Those things are heavier than you'd think. If you've never tried to hoist one and hold it out there, that's very impressed that you won that. That's something to put on the
Thank
mantle
you
right
for
there.
even watching. I think it was almost 5 minutes. And like I said, it was a bad grip. And I did it right-handed and I'm left-handed.
Dang.
I added a little extra challenge in there. So
Wow. Fingernails, weak hands. Man, you're doing it all. Next year is
I
going to be hard.
know. I
Sure.
know. Next year I'm bringing it all.
Is there anyone that does what you do around here?
Nope.
There you go.
No need for them to. I got it.
No, you don't need to. So, I got to ask this because I know you've had some. What's the weirdest or funniest request you've gotten from somebody?
Huntsville has a whole nother layer of people that come to visit here that I was not aware of. I just don't travel in those circles. I get that we have some movie stars and actors, things like that come to space camp because their kids go to space camp and they're kind of moving around here, or there's musicians or artists or things, and people just kind of come for different reasons. But I honestly did not know some of the people and the companies, the brands that come to visit Huntsville to look at things for whatever reason. And so we had someone call, one of the hotels referred someone that was here checking on, doing some site checks, is what they said. And it turned out he was from Victoria's Secret. And so I was all like, oh, this is interesting. And what's going to happen? And they said, well, he's doing a tour of cotton fields and they're going to, he's meeting with some farmers and some different people. And so we need a driver that he needs Wi-Fi in the vehicle and he needs to know his way around the county. So it's like, got it, no problem. So I thought, oh, like I said, they're doing photo shoots and this will be interesting and have this going on. And we kind of took care of him for a couple days and he went rogue a time or two. We had to kind of round him up. But anyway, he was not doing that at all. He was site checking cotton fields because they were talking about buying cotton in the U.S. versus overseas. And so they were just checking things out and looking at our cotton fields and talking to farmers and things like that. And so I just thought that was super interesting. One, I wouldn't have even thought of that, think of them for one reason, I guess. And then two, that, we got to take care of them and then try to keep up with them. So that
Wow.
was, I thought that was kind of exciting to me.
Hey, you got to watch out. You got Victoria's Secret people running rogue around Huntsville. I mean, that's
I
scary.
know, I know. Well, they decided to stay and have dinner at one of the farmers, and so he wasn't responding. I was like, "Where's our guy? Where did we lose him?" And then finally, they were like, "He went in. He's having dinner." I thought, "Oh, how fun! Good for him." So
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So if there's the hotels are a good referral partner, kind of the Tennessee Valley Visitors Bureau. Who else is a good referral partner for you?
um, I would say I think it would be great for some of the corporate businesses here to know that if they're wanting to bring groups here and they've kind of had to do it on their own or had to do it in house, that we can help with that. I've learned, I guess the past year that there have been companies when they're talking to us are like, I've always wanted to bring our conference here to Huntsville. I just didn't even know where to start. And we're like, well, we can absolutely help you with ideas of things, that you could do when you're here and venue spaces and stuff like that. So if you need our assistance in giving you some meat to sell, we can absolutely do that. So that's a thing. But companies recruiting, that's helpful too. We have great city tours, things that we do that take them everywhere from a tour of the Arsenal to the Orion to Burritt. We take them on downtown walks around downtown, just trying to kind of show off what we think is the best of Huntsville, peel back the layers of who we are. We try to incorporate local speakers to speak to them at different stops so they can kind of do meet and greets. It to me too, it's more about the experience and how they feel when they're here versus just a window tour. Everybody around our fantastic research park and go through downtown and point to Big Spring Park. But besides just giving them a brochure or an app or something, it's nice to connect with them.
Yeah, I think that shows why Huntsville is different. I think that's a great thing that we have all these different varying sites they can go to, and we're different, okay? And to see it and have an expert guide you around, don't do that. You don't know how to do that. Hire Touronimo, right? So,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
if you could change one thing about the business environment in Huntsville, what would it be?
Hmm. I've thought about that. I've thought about that before. I think the small business environment here is super supportive. I think we all kind of get that a rising tide lifts all ships. I I think we've got a great group of small businesses, business owners in our community. I think we all support each other. I think we refer people to each other. I think we're kind of in that work smarter, not harder, where, if somebody wants me to bake a biscuit, I'm not. I know who to call, though. I'm not trying to be all things to all people. And so I think we all kind of share in that, I want to do what I'm really good at and what I enjoy, and you do what you're really good at and you enjoy, and we'll just work together and make it happen. So I get a lot of that sense here.
Yeah, I think so as well. But I do have something kind of related. So, what is your biggest pain point as a business owner? I think I know from talking to you before we started recording, but what's your biggest pain point right now?
Doing things I don't want to do, doing things that aren't fun. I don't like spreadsheets. I don't like, I don't like, well, I can't even say the other one because it'll make me look like a bad business owner, but I don't like things that start with QuickBooks. I don't like any of that stuff. Those are the things that I really have to do a little bit during the day, like plan a day that's what I'm going to work on, and then reward myself after 2 hours and just think in my head, if I get this done, I can have cheesecake, or I'll, take a walk, or I can watch TikTok for 15 minutes, something to get me through that little bit of yuckiness. I like to be with people. I want to be around people. I like adding personal touches to things to make things special. I don't want to do a spreadsheet.
Man, I like how you motivate yourself, though. Some people motivated by the carrot, some people motivated by the carrot cake, right? So whatever it takes to get you rolling. And
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I take my spreadsheet and I add colors, like add
oh,
lines and
whoa,
colors.
watch out, kids! It's getting crazy.
It's
Hey,
all about,
you need to hire someone to do that stuff. Come on, you need to quit doing spreadsheets. Someone out there,
yeah.
get in touch with Jenny. Do her spreadsheets for her.
I will say I've bootstrapped ever since I started this business. I paid somebody to create the website, and after that, any money I made, I put back into the business. And so um, there's stuff I can't share. It's just too much. But I will say every time I make enough money to pay myself, I I like to add someone to the team instead. And so that's been a piece. And I've got two fantastic contracted employees right now that I just love. And so right now, that's more important to me is having them here. And so I'll just suck it up and do the spreadsheet for a few
Well,
more
welcome
months.
to owning a business, right? You got to do the bad stuff too sometimes, right? If
Yeah,
you're gonna make
and it probably doesn't hurt to know how to do some of this stuff
it.
anyway. So, but yeah, one day I hope I am never doing a spreadsheet.
Yeah. One day you'll look back like, oh man, no more
Yeah,
spreadsheets. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
exactly. Ugh.
was there ever a time that you thought, I'm gonna quit? I'm tired of owning this business. I'm done.
Every day.
Honestly, I love it. I love it.
Every day, I think I go by a restaurant or a Taco Bell or Chop and Fresh or somewhere that says now hiring. I'm like, I could just go to Taco Bell and I could make tacos and I could mess a few up and take them home for dinner because what else you gonna do? And then, and then if I get bored making tacos, I'll sweep and that'll be fun too. And I won't have to think and I won't coach anyone. I won't mentor. I won't try to figure out how to make a better taco. Nope, just gonna make the tacos. So yes, all the time. And then some little bitty baby nugget will come in and make it kind of feel like it's all worthwhile again.
Man, that is entrepreneurship roller coaster that everyone gets, right? They're like, oh, this is awesome. Oh, I hate this. Oh, this is awesome. But
It's every day. It's something different. The morning may go well, and then I remember I got a spreadsheet I need to finish, and then, or something I got to account for. And, but I will say that there's something, I don't know if this is with everybody with a business. I think it is for a lot of people, if they admit it, is that it almost feels like it's almost an obligation to me. It almost feels like a mission because God knows we don't do it because it's easy. The saying is entrepreneurs are people that work 80 hours to keep from working 40 hours for someone else. And so that's the truth. I mean, it's just too much work to do it for the glory of it all. I mean, I don't know anybody that's making a killing running their small business. So it does. It just almost feels like a mission or an obligation. I just feel like I have to give back to the city that has given me so much. I have to do this. And for whatever reason, I don't know, it's bigger than I am. So I'll just keep doing it till you see me serving tacos at Taco Bell.
that'll be the sign. Hey, that's the signal. If you
That's
see
what
Jenny at Taco Bell, Toronto, no more. That's
it
the
is.
end.
No
Right?
more. Yeah. Would you like Senna twists?
Oh, of course I do. You know I do. So, is there a piece of technology or an app that you've been using that's been a game changer for you lately?
No, nothing. Nothing. I'm a pen and paper girl, so people will talk about different things, and I don't know all about that. I bought a CRM last year, and we're finishing up a full year of it, and I'm still trying to make time to figure it all out. I know it can do more things. I really don't have a lot of time to sit and figure it all out. I
Yeah.
give up, but I've got one.
I have an Apple Watch, and I use the stopwatch feature, and I look at the time. That's about it. It does 400 things. I have no idea. I'm like you. It could do stuff, but I don't know what it does. It's there. It looks.
Like a CRM would be so useful.
Yeah, it probably does a bunch of stuff. There may be spreadsheets that could help it. I don't know. I don't know what they do either. So I got people for that.
There's a lot of stuff. I think I could quit using Google Docs.
Oh, I just I just learned how to do that. So this may be the most important part of the show right here. So I got to ask you this. So can you tell me how it's going memorizing all of the words to Ice Ice Baby?
Did you ask me if I have the words memorized?
Yeah, somebody told me that it's very important for you to know all the lyrics to Ice Ice Baby.
Oh, I know where this came from. This is just a personal goal. Um, no, but me and a friend went to go see the Beastie Boys recently when they were in the park and discovered that we did not know all the lyrics to all the Beastie Boys songs and we're mad. And so we said, there's lots of songs that we probably don't know all the lyrics to. And we went through and yeah, so we're on a mission to learn all the Beastie Boys songs and I I think I know more of the words to Ice Ice Baby than she does. So that was one of hers, I think, that mentioned that to you. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see y'all hit the stage. I'm pretty excited about that. And if you're listening right now, if you get a chance to see the BC Boys, go see them. They are awesome. If you like the
So much
BC Boys
fun.
at all, they're so talented. I was blown away.
Yeah. Yeah. They are so much fun. Yeah. But we were sitting and then we weren't sitting anymore. So they were
It's tough to
so
stay seated
fun.
with those guys. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
awesome.
They're so fun.
So what's a mistake you made over the years that actually helped you grow your business?
Um, Probably the silliest thing I did without thinking, and I just ran with scissors with it, was um, going from Touronimo, deciding that I needed a second business versus just Touronimo to have a destination management company and calling it Destination Huntsville, but having every intention to serve other cities. So in my madness, I named it Destination Huntsville, had a logo created, a website, um, business license, all the things that you do for a business, and then went, I need Destination Birmingham. And like a crazy person, created Destination Birmingham, filled out all the paperwork, did all the things, business license, all the stuff. Ooh, I need Mobile, Destination Mobile, Destination Chattanooga. Went berserk, bought everything, all the domains, all the stuff, did all that, and then 8 months later went, maybe we should just roll it all under Touronimo so it can go anywhere and call it Touronimo Destination Management Group, and that's what we did. Very expensive, very expensive lesson. After paying for all those business licenses and all the things that go with a business, and then going, no, and then rebranding. So bad.
We've all done stuff like that. If you own a business, you've done something silly like that where you look back and like, what was I thinking? But in your defense, all roads lead to Huntsville. We all know that.
Sure, sure. But it's
Well,
like being blindfolded and just smacking a pinata. I mean, I was just swinging at everything. And I thought, I'm just going to own it all. I own nothing. So silly. Like I just had a bunch of business licenses.
yeah. Well,
So,
those expensive lessons are the ones you will not make anymore. So that's good. You're done with
yeah,
that one. You don't have to
yeah,
go back.
yeah. Smarter, not harder. And ask other people's opinions. That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a good one. People know stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So is
I've
there
got
a habit or routine that you do every day that kind of gets your day going?
um habit or routine. I know that in the mornings I'm really big on podcasts and listening to something kind of while I'm getting ready. I listen to a lot of music that gets me kind of excited and gets me pumped up. I was trying to think. I would say maybe a habit that I try to do is, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but almost staying in my lane. I try not to get distracted by what other people are doing, and I don't worry about competition. I don't try to worry if someone else is trying to do what I'm doing or stepping on my toes. And I tell a lot of my friends that are in business too, they start kind of getting a little wound up about somebody else talking about doing what they do, and I'm like, just stay focused. Just keep your eyes straight ahead, focus on what you do and do it well. Don't don't get distracted. Those are just distractions. So I think that's something besides, like I said, get myself pumped up on music and podcasts in the morning, and then just trying to stay focused on what I do, making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to the best of my ability.
Oh, that's such an important habit to do because especially if you have that entrepreneur bug, you're looking around like, oh, I could, oh, someone should do that. Maybe I should do it. Maybe I need to have Destination Chattanooga in all the southeastern United States. Maybe I should do that. So
Yeah,
I've done that
yeah,
same thing, and I've started other businesses and be like, forgot about the moneymaker, the one that actually pays my
yeah,
mortgage and all those. So you got to be careful with those.
yeah. Well, I think something you and I talked about before is who is your business for? Like, who does it serve? And I think it's funny too. A lot of entrepreneurs are kind of like, everybody. Everybody should have this. Everybody should want that. And I think trying to be all things to all people, you're just not doing yourself justice. You know, you've got to rein it in. And I use the example of when was it Hardee's that was trying to make burritos, or when Taco Bell tries to make a hamburger. I'm just like, no, don't screw with the system. Do what you do. Don't be weird. Like, if you make a really good hamburger, just make a really good hamburger. Don't throw in something like a burrito. You're Hardee's. Be Hardee's. Be the best Hardee's you can be.
Now that should be a coffee mug right there. Be the best Hardee's you can be.
Don't you can't be everything to everybody, and everybody's not your client. I that's something I've come to realize this year, for the first time, is that every client's just not a good fit. It's not. I can bend over backwards and try to do everything I can, but maybe it's not always me that's not the right fit. They're not our client, and I'm trying really hard, but it's just not it. And so some people you just have to let go and focus on the things that you are good at and that work.
Yeah, that's it. I think, when people say it's for everybody, that means nobody. In some people's head, if they're trying to listen and maybe they're trying to get you clients or customers and things like that, if they see it everybody, then that just blows their mind. But if you start niching it down, like how about a specific hotel owner you want to connect with? They're like, oh, then they start thinking of other hotel owners rather than the whole world. That's easier. Specific is terrific if you need a rhyme. And I know you do.
Specific is terrific. That's great.
Everybody
Well,
likes to.
sometimes people will say things about weddings to us, and I'm like, no, there are wedding planners, and they are awesome. They are the ones that we support with different things are awesome. They are detail oriented. They love that. They have a plan. They know what they're doing. I don't want to be in the wedding business at all. We do support some. We do a lot of transportation. I will say that's probably our biggest request for our business. We take care of a lot of airport transfers and shuttles and executive car service for VIPs and things like that. And so there are some weddings that need transportation from their hotel for their guests to the venue. And I will do that. I will do it every weekend. I'll do it for anybody that asks. But we do stay out of the wedding business. I have no, even if there's a piece of the wedding they talk to us about doing besides the transportation. And I'm like, let me tell you who to call. So
There you go. Yeah, I don't want a piece of that. That's a little much. That's a stressful day too.
that's so stressful. You mess that day up. It's hard enough to manage the transportation because you can still mess that up. But that is what we do on a daily basis. So I know how to make that happen pretty
There
easily.
you go. So,
Yeah.
who would you like to thank for helping you be successful?
That is good. A great question. And there are a lot of people. I've had some fantastic mentors, coaches, friends, business owners around me, that are fantastic, that inspire me, that get me going all the time. But in thinking about and trying to narrow it down, I could say I have two people that I worked for that really helped me know who I wanted to be if I ever ran my own business and who I did not want to be if I ran my own business. So between the two of those two, and that's, I would say, I learned some of my best lessons from. One was Sarah Savage, who was executive director of leadership while I worked there for almost a decade. And then the other one I'm not going to mention because people know where I've been and it doesn't matter. but but you can't, I said it after some of those experiences, I was like, you can't really know good without bad. And I'd always had fantastic experiences. So I think you learn just almost as much, sometimes more from a bad leader as you do a good one. So one of the books I always recommend is one that I read in a leadership class, and it was called Derailed. And it talks about 4 companies that were great, were doing well, and then just kind of went off the rails. And I always think that's just as valuable as hearing some success stories, you know. So I
That's it.
always kind of respect that bad experience.
Man, those are core memories. When if you've ever been under a bad leader, you think I will never ever be like that. That's a great lesson to learn. That hey, that's the way not to do it. So that's probably that'll make you more successful than anything because you can
Yeah.
turn the ship the wrong way. You talk about derailed. If you've ever been under a bad boss, man, it's an awful, awful feeling. So
I would bet that inspires a lot of entrepreneurs to be entrepreneurs.
yeah.
I don't do that anymore.
So on the opposite side, who is a small business owner that you admire in this community?
Um, that would be the ones that I think are just kind of um, in a good way off the rails. Like I, there are some other women business owners that I really admire because one, they know no boundaries. Like it's not about hitting the bullseye every time. They're just doing the things. They're doing what they want to do, what they feel a passion for, and they make it happen. They're not just talking about things, they execute. And I would say one is one of my best friends, Stephanie Mel, that has Church Street restaurant. I love watching her. I love watching her energy, and she's go, go, go. Another one of my favorites is Casey Crosby over at Chupper Time. Again, just so many great ideas, so creative, and also they make it happen. They're not just out there, doing little stuff. Like to me, they're doing big stuff. And there's a lot of other women business owners that I admire because I see them also balancing family, kids, social life, all the things, and they're still so hardcore dedicated to their mission of what their business is and what they're doing. Just pretty amazing to see them, and they're just very, very inspiring to watch. So
That's two powerhouses right there for sure.
yeah, we're on this. I've been on this thing lately of wanting to be excellent, and some of my friends have been hearing me talk about it, but it's because of being around them for certain events and things we partnered on. I get to see how they work and how they do things, and to me it's just next level. And even though I'm not always excellent, it's the wanting to be, because I don't think everybody necessarily wants to be. Everybody doesn't have to be. You can get by, but I really want to elevate people's experiences here, even if it's a casual experience. I want to be excellent. And I feel like some of my partners or some of these small business owners are also feeling that. And so there's this vibe of let's all get together and do this. We can do it if we do it together. Let's be excellent. Let's raise the level of what people experience here, what they get from us here, and let's give them more than they expected, more than they asked for.
Hey, that's expect excellence. There's another coffee mug. You're just going left and right with these things. So that's it. And we keep raising each other's levels. That's why it's so
That's it.
important to be around other, hard chargers that are trying to get better every day. You just
Yeah,
automatically pick your game up to keep pace. And that's two great ones to keep pace with right there.
that's it
So
exactly. If you hang out with mediocre, then why would you do any better? Who cares? There's no competition. But if I'm hanging out with people that are really striving, trying to do things the right way at a higher level, like it challenges me. So it's very inspiring. Some of my hardest clients to work for um, have been the most inspiring because they opened my eyes to how things should be that I didn't see before. I don't have the experience they have necessarily. They're world travelers or they're this or that, and they know stuff and they know how they like things. So it's good.
yeah. if you're the smartest person in the room, you need a new room, right? That's what they say. So you don't want to be the smartest person.
Absolutely.
You're trying to learn, get better every day. So is there a business or person you could connect with in this community that could help your business go to the next level?
Ooh, that's a great question. I My struggle is really wanting to connect with someone that's at a in a bigger city, a larger city that has a DMC. I have some that I aspire to be like that I follow on social media, and I've met with some in larger cities that have been helpful. Honestly, I haven't put the time in it like I could. I really could make appointments and go see them and do a little better in delving in that. I just probably like most entrepreneurs, we're just grinding it out as fast as we can. And but I'm learning a little bit better what my slow times are of the year, so I can start kind of putting in little trips like that, little excursions. I still want to do things like go to some other cities and learn about their tours and their, some of the fun things that they do, kind of like how a downtown Huntsville, goes and tours other downtown areas. I mean, of course, you should go and be inspired by other cities. I don't make the time like I should for things like that.
There's only so many hours in a day to be memorizing Ice Ice Baby and doing spreadsheets. I mean, there's only so many hours you can do. I get it, man. I get it. As a fellow business owner, I get it. So, how can people keep up with what all you have going on? What's your social media and website? Where can people keep up with you?
Yeah, they can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We have a website, of course, Touronimo. Um, I will say, shame on me. I don't have a great social media presence because I'm working, but I don't have a social media person or anything like that. But you can see stuff, and I try to post as often as I can. It is usually me posting, and so you get what you get. But you'll know what I'm up to.
Here's the reason Jenny does not need social media, because she is actually face to face with people. She doesn't need social media as much like some of us do who aren't as much face to face. That's why she's out there. And that's a tip to get out there and meet people face to face. Don't hide behind the computer all the time. I know I want to. I'm an introvert. I do it, but you got to get out there. And Jenny's a great connector. She's great about getting there and learning other people's stories and connecting people. So Jenny, thanks so much for coming on the show. You were awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me visit.
Absolutely. And then get connected with Jen. If you don't know her, get to know her, and she will help you find people that can do business with you. You can do business with her. That's what this podcast is all about. So please share this episode with somebody. Hey, this is brand new. Episode 1. We're trying to get out there and get small business, collaborate and connecting, and we're stronger together. Jenny mentioned it earlier. If we work together, we can go to higher heights for sure. So just keep supporting local, leave a review, keep supporting, keep hustling out there. We'll see you next week on the Huntsville Hustle podcast.